Sometimes I wonder if I've gone a little crazy. I'll bet there's a lot of people who have known me for a long time who might wonder that too. Folks might be saying, "You've gotten pretty Jesus-y there, Matt. Are you okay?" At least folks who've known me for a long time. See, faith wasn't a typical topic of conversation for me for much of my life. That was for other people. For me, it wasn't a priority. It was outside of my personal brand. And then, seemingly, kind of suddenly, I got really into faith. I launched a global faith community. I drafted a book about my theology. I started a faith podcast. I got seemingly pretty Jesus-y pretty quickly. At least that's how it seemed, I'm sure, to people who only knew a part of me, people who only knew the Flat Stanley version of me, to folks who only talked to me about work we did together or sports teams we cheered for or parenting activities we shared because our kids were the same age. So many of our relationships in our lives are Flat Stanley versions of relationships, two-dimensional, simplified, topical. The truth is, people who know me closely have known that I've been yearning for years and years to explore my faith more deeply. Those closest to me have known that I've seen the world through a spiritual lens for decades, and I've been burbling with a desire to express it more clearly. Those people saw me in three dimensions. Those people knew me fully beyond the titles I held and the roles that I played. They understood me in a deeper, sacred way. I think this is similar to how many people probably relate to God. For a lot of their life, they see God as a Flat Stanley. By the way, Flat Stanley is this character from some children's books. He's literally a two-dimensional character, flat, actually flat. You get it. But I think a lot of folks only understand God in this flat, simplified, two-dimensional guy in the sky way for a lot of their lives. And then we get glimpses of the complexity. We get a little peek at something that makes us realize there's so very much more. We get a notion that God might be immeasurable, enormous, minuscule, atomic, bewildering, breathtaking, and baffling all at once. We get a hint at the abounding wonder and eternal enormity that God might be. And that becomes overwhelming for many people, so they go back to the Flat Stanley because it's certain and simple. There's a line in the Message translation of Psalm 40 that goes like this: "The world's a huge stockpile of God wonders and God thoughts. Nothing and no one compares to you. I start talking about you, telling what I know, and I quickly run out of words. Neither numbers nor words account for you." I think that's what has drawn me to faith at this stage of my life. I love the idea that the concepts of God and faith and even love are actually beyond explanation. Neither numbers nor words can account for these concepts. Only our souls can fathom a wisp of God's wonder. And once you've felt the flutter in your spirit of the breeze coming off of God's wings, you can't help but keep seeking that refreshing air. Here's a blessing for your week. God of magnificent wonder and mystery, we seek thee. We search under rocks and we stretch our necks to see beyond the horizon. We tilt our telescopes upward and our microscopes down. We search within and around and between. We know you're there and we long to feel your embrace. Be with us and help us be with each other. Amen. Hey, that Flat Stanley concept I got from having a sacred conversation with a friend of mine named James. We had coffee together and we were talking about big stuff, life stuff, heavy stuff. And he started talking about the Flat Stanley versions of us. And I just so appreciate that. Felt like God might have been there in that conversation, having a conversation with us. Hey, take this message out into your life this week and fill the space between you and every person you encounter with God's sacred light. See the fullness of each person and realize that that fullness is God. My favorite church is the space between people. Now go with God's love and create the church between.